Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Eric back with another video, and you guys already see the title of the video. About to get into it, man. ADHD. So with that, this is actually a pretty touchy subject for me. I don't say it's touchy, but more of a self-realization, right? So I think I want to say maybe 2 weeks ago, I was at work, and my coworkers even mentioned to me, they're like, yeah, Smith, because I'm in the military, so everyone calls out my last name. But anyways, they're like, yeah, I feel like you do have ADHD. And to me, it never dawned on me, nor have I realized, obviously, that, maybe I do have signs of ADHD. Like, I never really looked into the symptoms of it and all that stuff like that. So I kind of started having more of a self-realization, like, oh yeah, shit, I actually might have ADHD. Like, there's a high chance that that might be something that I am self-diagnosing myself with. And now I need to actually find out for sure if I do have it or not. So with that, I actually came across this video that just aired about a week ago, roughly, give or take, and it is pretty much people agreeing or disagreeing on different stuff in the spectrum of the realm of ADHD. So this is gonna be my blind review in this video. I haven't watched it before, so I'm literally gonna just give you, like, this is my true, uncut, raw, like, actual reaction to most of these questions that they ask in this video. So we're gonna go ahead and transition on over to that. And so before they start answering the question, I personally thought, yeah, I don't have ADHD. Like, I never thought it to be prevalent in my life, but like, I've started to realize a little bit later now in my life, I won't say later, but more now in my life, that my attention span is very short, especially if it's something that I'm not interested in. And it's hard for me to say, but I can see it in my work life, my personal life, my love life, like all three aspects of my life. It's definitely, like, for sure, definitely been something that's been more prominently just being an occurrence. Just, I could go on and on. I can just do a whole video without even having to watch this video, but definitely a thing, for sure.
Elementary school and middle school, I was a good student. I was quiet and I sat at my desk. In
Yep.
college, I started to realize something was wrong when I started failing classes, and I was like, why am I not good enough? Like, why can't I focus? Why can't I sit in a library and study? It felt like something was wrong versus like a diagnosis, right? And then finally, last year at 28, I finally got diagnosed, and like every piece kind of like came together, and it finally felt like, oh, something's wrong with me. This is just...
See, and I agree with her too, like, wholeheartedly. Like, it's just like, yeah. And I even told myself this, right? Shoot, I'm gonna give college a try. But I knew, like, in high school for a fact that I couldn't sit still, or I couldn't pay attention to the teacher, especially, like I said, if it's not a class that, or a subject that I per se enjoyed or generally liked. So this, yeah, she spot on as far as, like, growing up and then now realizing at 27, I think I have ADHD. So that's something that you guys should think about.
So I never knew I had ADHD, but I knew that I struggled to keep up a lot in school, and it led to me being pretty depressed between 15 and 16. And nothing was working until I had one doctor say, I actually think you have ADHD. And then that really just, like, changed my life.
You're asking if we were aware, and I think that's the problem with me, where I was informed at a young age that I had ADHD. I didn't even understand what that was. I thought I was just like everybody else, so I was very oblivious to it, even though I guess I was informed. So I might need to be over there. I didn't recognize, but I guess I'm over here.
I have a younger brother who has like severe like hyperactivity ADHD, but for me it was never suggested because it wasn't like physically manifesting itself, so nobody thought to be like, oh, maybe that's what's going on. And then when I was diagnosed at like 23, I was a little bit mad. I was like, why didn't anybody like see this? And when I started reading about it, that's when I found out that like it manifests differently in like women versus men.
When I hear that question, it's not about me understanding that I had it.
That I'm mad at myself because like I literally see myself kind of get into a funk recently. I won't say recently, the past like 2 or 3 years, like not even this is like even pre-pandemic. Like I just had no will to do anything and everything that like I was doing before. And I guess maybe because also I maybe slipped into depression that I don't know if you can be unaware that you're in depression, but I don't feel like I was in depression. You know how people are always like, you know, you have those people that they're happy on the inside, but or sorry, on the outside, but they're like down and sad in the inside. I think that was me, and I kid you not, like I feel like that's probably the phase I was at preemptively going into the pandemic, and then the pandemic making it even worse. So I mean that's just like my kind of like synopsis of the whole situation, but yeah.
ADHD, I think it was more the world. Like my depression came not because I had ADHD, it was because the schooling system and the world around me was trying to put me into these boxes. So my depression came because my teacher said, you are going to be a failure in life because you're not able to do well on this 3-hour standardized test.
Medication has helped me manage my ADHD. 3, 2, 1.
And before they answer this question, right? I'll be honest with you, man. I haven't even taken any medication, so I wouldn't even know if it would help me. I can't say I can agree or disagree because obviously I haven't been diagnosed by an actual doctor to be like, oh yeah, Eric, you have ADHD. So, excuse me. Yeah. I mean, I think I just have to take that step to go and see if I can get diagnosed to find out if I do in fact have ADHD. I feel like I have ADHD. People tell me that it seems like you have the signs of ADHD. So to finally just kind of bring it full circle and like have a professional tell me, yes, Eric, you do in fact have ADHD, would lighten the mood, I guess, so to speak, and then definitely kind of shine a light on why I've been feeling this way for so long and everything like that. So
I didn't know how to answer this because I'm not on medication because I'm deathly afraid of what it would do to me. Even though it probably would help and I should just test it out, I just haven't yet, and so I don't know.
I didn't know my brain could be so quiet.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's normal. Medication was like putting on a pair of glasses for the first time in my life. I was like, whoa, this is actually the world. Like, this is how people live. Like
All the time?
Like, I'm like, what the heck? I'm jealous of that.
I think this is hilarious because I hate meditation. But because I hated it was the reason why I was able to end up focusing. I hated it so much that I was like, I'm just going to focus. I had the countermeasurements, and my mom also helped me along the way so that I wasn't reliant on the medicine, but I still have tendencies.
yeah, and that's one thing I think I agree with him. I don't want to be reliant on medication if I was to be obviously prescribed and obviously diagnosed with ADHD, because that's the last thing you would want is to be so reliant on a medication to kind of help you get over that. I think, especially for people that are obviously like depressed and are fighting depression, that is what leads them to be, or I mean, I can't say that it does, but I feel like there's that high chance of people being pushed into a deeper depression because of their medication as well. Obviously, with the signs of things are not getting better, your diagnosis is becoming maybe even stronger, or so on and so forth. That's how I feel if I was to find out that I in fact have ADHD. But my mind definitely goes a mile per minute. Like I literally start one project and then I put my hand into another one. And I'm just like, oh my God, what the heck? And then I have to go put my hands on another one. And then I got to stop myself like, hey, Eric, no. And then go and proceed to do something else. So.
But I remember everything that I was taught, and I applied them so much to where it's kind of like, it kind of eased me off of the medication, because I hated it.
Medication for me is what I use to help get back on the horse, so to speak. If things kind of spiral out of control, try my best to basically build a house with a strong structure. ADHD, you're building a house on quicksand. So sometimes the medication hardens that quicksand for me a little bit. Yeah, that's my experience with medication.
I was diagnosed later on at 27 years old. And so the first time I took medication, I finally realized, like, oh, this is what it feels like to not get brain fog after 20 minutes. I said agree because I've been able to learn certain things and how to navigate without medication. I do much more meditation to slow down my brain. Now, the reason why that's beneficial for me is that would work even if I'm not on medicine.
My family helped seek out my diagnosis. 3, 2, 1.
My mom definitely takes like mental health serious. Like one time she told me that I don't have personal space. I didn't know what that was, so maybe that's the reason why she got me diagnosed very early.
My parents are a little older. They had me when they were older, so I like to say that they tried their best, but they maybe didn't have the tools to help me when I was younger. It wasn't until college when my grades started dropping that they started to notice that something might be wrong. When I finally got diagnosed and I told my mom, she was very supportive, and she was like, can I do anything? Can I help with anything? I think it's just having the tools available for parents to know kind of what the signs are, even if they're not super apparent.
For me,
And I agree. Like, I think my mom didn't have me when she was older, but she had me in her late 20s. And I don't think in the early 90s that ADHD was like a prevalent thing how it is now. But you would think, you know, hey, you want to make sure that your child is taken care of. Yes, of course. But you're not going to be able to catch everything and anything because things slip through the cracks, and you know, life is just happening. I mean, I'm not trying to use that as an excuse, but I mean, maybe my mom didn't see anything was wrong with me, and everything was like good in her eyes. So that's probably the reason why she never, you know, sat down and actually went to the doctors to get me diagnosed. But now that I've gotten older and I like realize and I look at it as I like kind of replay back my childhood, my teenhood, my early adulthood, and where I'm at now, I feel like I have ADHD to a strong degree. And I mean, I would like to see what I can do to see out my options to, you know, help mitigate all those side effects or those symptoms of that.
Parents still don't think I So, well, my dad was in Civil War in Nigeria. He has a PhD. I have 3 older brothers. They had all A's, merit, scholarship, and my parents were like, yes! And I'm a triplet, so I have a twin brother and a twin sister. All 3 of us, we just were not very good in school. What was lucky was that we all ended up getting sports scholarships. So my parents were able to find success in me, not through academics, but through sports. But they would still say today, no, just work harder, just focus. You just need to make sure you're not on social media and have your phone next to you.
Similar to you, I'm Vietnamese, so older generations than me, they've gone through war periods, right? So to them, it's, we've survived a war. What's this issue about you not being able to focus in 4th grade math class, for example? But over time, we seeked help together, and then actually I found out my father has ADHD too. He just floated through life managing it his own way. I have developed mechanisms to cope with or manage my ADHD symptoms.
Ooh, this is a good one. Before they start moving over, and I'm sorry guys, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. Obviously, there's a spectrum from strongly disagree to strongly agree. My camera's gonna hide it, but you guys get the gist of it. This is a good one because before they go into it, I can tell you this much. I literally, oh God, I'm gonna let them discuss theirs, and then I'll tell you what I think I try to do to help combat, I guess, my ADHD.
And then I'm like, I'm just gonna live my life with these like stupid little rules, because that's what helps me, and I don't care if that's not the way that like other people do it. It works for me. So
Zoom University was a struggle at first, just trying to
Yeah.
figure it out. I actually have to say, I have like little morning rituals where I would wake up, make myself a tea, and just spend 20 minutes looking at the plants. And also, I found sticky notes to be my best friend and my enemy at the same time, because sometimes those sticky notes pile up.
Yeah, I also have just like I live and die by my calendar on my fridge. Like if it's not on there, I'm never going to your birthday party. Like it has to be on the fridge on the calendar. That's not good because then if I'm on vacation or I'm not able to look at the calendar or I forget something, then it's just gone out of my brain forever.
I call it like the light bulb trick, where if I want to study, I have a specific lamp that I turn on, and every time it's on, I just know this is focus mode. I don't do anything else.
ADHD is becoming more common.
And this is what, oh my god, and this is, this is really, oh goodness. So, yeah, those are some, because I can't even put into words right now, like, honestly, the different things that I try to do to combat, I guess, like I said, I keep beating a dead horse. ADHD. I literally tell myself, like, because right now, obviously, I have work, which is being in the military. I have school. I have doing YouTube, right? 3 things that I've now started to pick up and throw in, I don't say pick up, but I've now created a routine to do, right? And the big struggle, especially now doing college and not like being in an absolute college environment, because being overseas and being in the military, is that I have to find a way to zone in on my work so I can get it done. Because if not, I'm gonna pick up like 3 million different things and then put my work to the side and then come back to it later. So what I do is I go to work sometimes. Sometimes I literally have to say I have to go to work because there's nothing there that can distract me. I don't have the video games. I may have my phone, but then I can just put my phone, turn it off, whatever, put it somewhere, leave it in the car. I don't have other things to bother me. I don't have the TV downstairs. I don't have these outlying factors that can pull me away from not being able to accomplish what I want to accomplish. And yeah, I think that's one of my mechanisms right there. Or I have to stop myself. It's funny because I've had a few people like literally grab me and say, Eric, stop, focus on this first, then move on to it. Because my mind is just that. I'm just boop, 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 boop. I'm just like, I'm over here just, I wouldn't say it's multitasking, but I'm multi-planning or I'm multi-projecting. I'm just literally picking up multiple projects in my head and I'm just like, And so it is absolutely crazy stupid how I can relate to this because, yeah, if not, I'm not doing anything. You're not getting anything out of me. So, yeah.
3, 2, 1.
I am seeing like apps like TikTok. Everything's getting very shorter. You're being shown like so much information at once, and like your attention span is obviously gonna like get shorter as you're exposed to that.
I think ADHD has always been there. On social media especially, people are starting to create more of a safer environment to talk about mental health. That awareness has brought more people getting diagnosed, and because of that people might think that, oh yeah, no, everyone has ADHD.
And now they have some people on social media being like, signs that you might have ADHD. And they're so much more than just like, I can't sit still. It's like so many other things. So more people are like, that might be me too. Women are getting diagnosed more now. Like they're listening to us. Like doctors are listening and they're not like, oh, they're just like crazy women. Now it's like, oh, there's something going on. It might be ADHD.
When I first started going to therapy, one of the first questions is, do you either work on Wall Street or are you a college student? I said, no, I'm dealing with some issues. I'd like to get diagnosed. But we don't do that here. Tell me some of your symptoms. Oh, you have lack of focus. Let's start off with 25 milligrams in Adderall. It's like a revolving door. Outside of the waiting room, there's a bunch of other college kids waiting to get their Adderall also.
How most people are tested for ADHD isn't through a brain scan. So it's through questions and symptoms that anybody can necessarily make up. In addition, if you even look at how marketing has been playing a role, is our attention span is getting less and less and less. So I do believe because of that, it will cause more people to identify as ADHD.
I agree with that, and I realized I think I'm on the wrong side. I think this is what, because I was like, yeah, you're making all.
Yeah, and that's the scary part too, because I don't know. I can't tell you like right off the top of my head whether or not I do have it. And yeah, I've been saying it throughout the whole video. Like I feel like I do, but until I can for sure and like certainly know for a fact that I have ADHD, I'm not gonna claim that I have it, but I'm gonna say that I have a 50-50 chance that I do, because like I kid you not, the will to want to focus on something, and this is like taking a lot out of me. Like I'm trying to expand my mind, my brain, to be able to draw the attention of people or information, not so much people, but information more, because I want to be able to reiterate or verbatim regurgitate stuff back that I've learned and that I've understand throughout my life. Because I can tell you right now, my mind's going so much, I can't remember something that happened like maybe last week. I can't tell you what I ate last week. I mean, I could, but like it's absolutely crazy.
I strongly agree, and I one up everything that you just said.
We have information thrown at us 24/7. I don't go on TikTok anymore, but when I would go on TikTok, I would get advertisements for like ADHD medications, like no doctor needed, and I was like, what?
They're marketed towards like women, like young women too. There was like a whole like study done about it.
Yeah, I almost feel like they're trying to profit off of people, when in reality I think it's more of a societal issue of like society is just trying to push us to be more productive past what is humanly possible.
ADHD will prevent me from accomplishing certain goals in the future. 3, 2, 1.
I hope not.
Yeah, I think if you had asked me 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been like strongly agree, because I like was like, why can I not do X, Y, and Z? And it's frustrating. And I think what's great about like getting like professionally diagnosed and like kind of pointers, I'm like, oh, I don't have to do those things that I'm not good at. It's a lot better of a mindset than having like a very low self-esteem and like, why can I do this? Why can I do this? It's like, I don't have to.
No matter what circumstance I'm in or what I've gone through, I'm gonna figure out a way how to make it up. Maybe I'm just hard on myself, and if I didn't do well, I didn't blame it on ADHD. I just thought I didn't figure it out, or I didn't try hard enough. There's something else I could have done.
I'm fortunate to have a lot of support and different resources to help me go through the ADHD journey. You know, ADHD doesn't stop, it's 24/7.
If you asked me when I was in high school, I'm like 100% it was gonna affect me. Now, as I'm almost 40, I was lucky to be a professional athlete. I'm lucky to travel all over the world, work at some amazing companies. But my goal is no longer for me. I have a 10-year-old daughter that's suffering from the same, and I see some of the same stuff that happened to me to her in school. And so my focus now isn't towards me. Professionally, I feel good, but my goal now is how do I make sure that my daughter is able to navigate effectively through the same stuff that I went through. She will be fine, but I just want to make sure that she's able to navigate that through her schooling career.
Yeah, man, that's mind-blowing, man. And I kid you not, I don't even know, man. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy because you don't wanna doubt yourself and be like, yeah, no, I have this or I have that. You wanna have that cold hard facts to say like, yes, these are the signs that I have this X, Y, Z. And I mean, I want to tackle whatever it is that I think that I have, right? And help me propel myself to somewhere better than where I was, let's say today, yesterday, a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, a year ago. So, I mean, I'm just going to have to take the necessary steps myself to figure out if it's in fact just me. Am I in depression? Is it ADHD? So on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, for a fact, I feel like it's definitely ADHD. So you guys tell me in the comments. And I mean, I know there's some people that know me that can say and maybe attest, like, yeah, I feel like, yeah, Eric, you may in fact have ADHD. But this was definitely an eye-opening experience. It was a dope video. I'm glad I was able to review it. Hey, if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, comment, and click the notification bell so you can stay updated with all my videos. I appreciate you taking your time out to watch this video with me. And till next time, peace. Oh wait, you thought I was done? Hey guys, but yeah, I really appreciate it. Hey, stay tuned. I have a couple more videos coming out, by the way. I just wanted the long pause was just to throw you guys off a little bit, but yeah, please, by all means, check out my other videos as well. And this is just what I want to say, part 4 of the Just Reacts series as well. So keep staying tuned to that. Jesus, man, this is gonna stay in the video. I don't got time to try to reshoot this, but yeah, appreciate the love. Deuces.